Hi Pisces, welcome to October. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, let's talk about what the astrology coming up this month. So we have Mercury moving direct in Virgo in your 7th house after having been retrograde all of September. And then Pluto goes direct on October 8th. Mercury goes direct on the 2nd. I forgot to mention that. And October 9th, we have a full moon in Aries. And that's going to be in your 2nd house of money. And then on October 11th, Mercury moves into Libra. October 23rd, Venus moves into Scorpio, which is favorable to your sign. And Saturn moves direct in your 12th house. Then we have October 25th, this new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio. And then we have Mars going retrograde in Gemini on the 30th. So we'll talk about that later. Let's see what the cards say for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of October 2022? What is coming up for Pisces this month? What is coming up for Pisces in October in terms of love and relationships? What does Pisces need to know? The Three of Cups, the Devil, the Star, the Two of Swords, the Temperance card, the Knight of Swords, the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. So Pisces, this month, I'm seeing the Three of Cups. This is a card of celebration and parties, possibly birth, engagement. At the very most, you might be doing more socializing this month than you have in the past. The Devil card is crossing this energy. So the Devil can represent, in a relationship, it could be that there's a lot of chemistry in this relationship. You're strongly attracted to someone. Sometimes the Devil can mean you might be dealing with someone that is, it has some like toxic qualities like addiction or drug or alcohol addiction. You might be dealing with that as an obstacle toward this relationship. There could also be fear involved with the relationship, where you may be afraid to get involved with someone because you're afraid of losing yourself in this relationship. So those are the different scenarios. It may not apply to you. It may apply to your partner. But that's the thing that's blocking you from connecting with someone. You might be afraid of a third-party situation. Sometimes the Three of Cups can represent someone trying to choose between two people. So maybe you're worried about the competition and you're afraid of rejection. Or there could be also someone that you just feel strongly attracted to. In the best case scenario, you're strongly attracted to someone. There's a lot of chemistry, but there's also fear of getting involved, fear of going deep. The Star is in your past, so I feel like you have the potential to achieve a goal or a dream. So this could be someone that you've been interested in for a long time and wanting to approach, but for some reason, with the Two of Swords here, you're on the fence about it. Like you're not sure if you want to reach out, or the two of you are not communicating. This Two of Swords is like trying to make a decision and not knowing what to do, so you're just not doing anything. You're just kind of... but at some point, you're going to have to decide. Someone's going to have to break the ice, or nothing's going to get off the ground. So don't let fear hold you back. If fear is holding you back, I would say take the initiative. Don't let fear hold you back. I also feel with the Temperance card coming up, you may be feeling called to move in a certain direction. The Temperance card is like, it can represent spiritual guidance. because it has to do with the Archangel Michael, but it also represents finding balance in your life, trying to balance work and relationships. So maybe you've been all work and no play, and now you're trying to find the middle ground where you can have some fun, where you can enjoy life and break away from the grind. It can also represent connecting with someone where you're very different, but you're also highly compatible. But you may have to see things from another person's perspective or incorporate their feelings and try to compromise and meet each other halfway. I feel like there's like a stalemate in a relationship. Like if you've had a falling out with someone or you're not speaking for whatever reason, each person's waiting for the other person to make the first move. So you may be waiting for them to contact you. They may be waiting for you to contact them. And nobody's doing anything. So somebody has to be courageous and break the ice. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is a card of someone who's been working hard to create financial stability for themselves. You might even be working independently as an independent contractor, or you're working in a job where you have a lot of independence, like where you're in charge and people are just leaving you alone to do your job. And you've been successful, but now you're thinking, well, what good is me having this great home and this abundance if I have no one to share it with? I feel like you might be feeling lonely and wanting to reach out and connect with someone. And there could be a message that comes. You have the hawk here. You might receive a message that maybe propels you to take action. So either you're giving a message or you're receiving a message from someone. Coming up in the future, you have this Knight of Swords energy. And the Knight of Swords is about jumping into something. It's kind of a reckless energy. So you could be dealing with someone who is always wanting to fight. Someone who is a little bit insensitive and selfish at times. Maybe they don't realize how their behavior affects you. That, someone may be hurting you not because they want to, but because they're insensitive. And so the Knight of Swords, as a person, this person just takes action. They just do things. They're reckless. They're impulsive. They don't really think before they act. And that could be someone in your life that you're dealing with. And you may have to have a conversation with them and let them know how you feel. If this is your energy, it's telling you not to be reckless, not to jump into anything. Like you may jump into a relationship just because you're bored or lonely. So give it some thought. Don't do anything reckless. Take your time. Make sure that whatever you're doing, it's right for you. You have the Hermit here in your negative thinking sector. So the Hermit is a card of taking time out to evaluate your relationship. You're thinking, like, is this relationship right for me? Is this something I really want to get into? So there's like a hesitation. I feel like there's someone that you could connect with, but you're hesitating because you're not sure if this person is right for you or if it's going to be successful. And it's also a card of loneliness and keeping to yourself, doing a lot of soul searching. What this card is telling you is if you're having a hard time making a decision, it would be a good thing to reach out to others, either a good friend or a counselor or someone whose opinion you respect, and try to gain some clarity. Also, listen to your inner voice. Take time out and go for like a long walk or meditate and let your inner divine guidance come up and help you find a solution, help you make a decision, especially if you're trying to choose between two people. In your environment, you have the Ace of Wands. This is a great card for a new beginning, something that you feel really energetic about.
Motion detected at the blinking bell.
I feel that with the Ace of Wands, there could be a career opportunity coming, or a new beginning in a relationship. And this is a time card for spring, March, April, May. So if things are not happening now, I feel like there may be some kind of movement in a positive direction in the springtime. So you might be kind of still in the hermit mode, and maybe you might not be ready to come out of it until springtime. Whatever you're doing, you do want to do the right thing. You are looking for commitment in a partnership. So you're not looking for like a fly-by-night relationship. Maybe that's why you're kind of hesitating. Because you want to make sure, because once you make a move, you want to be sure that this is the person you want. And you don't want to start something if it's not going to be a serious commitment or a serious connection. Even if it doesn't lead to marriage, Although the Hierophant can usually mean, following tradition, doing the right thing. So I feel like you're really contemplating, should I approach this person? Are they going to be right for me? Is this something are we compatible? Is this something I should get involved in? What are people going to think? You're going through all these things. And then you have the Queen of Swords energy. This is a card of, and it could be your energy, or it could be someone else that you're dealing with. But if it's your energy, you may be giving off the vibe of, I'm not interested in a relationship. You might be pushing people away, making it hard, like you're hard to read, or you seem emotionally unavailable right now. So if someone is wanting to approach you, they may think, well, I don't know if this person's interested. I don't know if they're looking for a relationship. The alternative is that you're connecting with someone. There's someone that you're interested in, and this person has been through a lot of heartache. And they are acting like the Queen of Swords, where they're not showing that they're open to love. They're they have their guard up. And although they're looking to the future, they are looking for they're looking for something. They're wanting to move on into the future, but they're not, they have like this wall up, and you may have to break through someone's wall and let them know that you're not interested in hurting them in any way, that, because they're sensitive, they're tender, and they may appear as harsh or emotionally unavailable, but it's really because they've been hurt. So you may have to try and let them know that you're a friend and you don't mean harm, and you just want to be a loving influence in their life, and try to break that wall down. Because I feel like you're serious, and you're not a fly-by-night person. You're not a charmer or a heartbreaker. You're looking for something that's going to last, that's going to lead to commitment. But you've got this Devil card here, so I feel like you're really obsessed with this person. It could also be like you find this person really attractive. You can't stop thinking about them. Even if you want to break free, you find yourself getting drawn back in. I feel like you might get a message of hope at some point, but I don't think that things are going to actually take off until the spring. I feel like the spring is going to bring a new energy coming in. You may get an invitation. You might wind up socializing with this person, because this is a 3-week period. So there could be someone in your life that you're really attracted to, that you really feel drawn to. There's a lot of chemistry. You find them attractive. But I feel that they're not open to love right now, but they might be in the future. And there might be some party or celebration or gathering where you might come together with this person. And then you can decide, there might be more than one choice even. There might be another person that's interested in you, and you might have to choose between 2 people. So we'll see, but I still see with the star here that you can achieve your goal. It just may take longer than you're thinking. And it may involve someone having to make a decision and get off the fence and decide to take action to make something happen. Because I don't think you're going to, it may not be the other person. It may be you that has to break the ice. I don't think the other person is really giving the vibe of, come on in, like drop it. They seem like they've got their wall up, their defenses up. Let's see what the angel card has to say. What do the angels want you to know about this situation? Affirmation. Be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of the life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. This doesn't make sense. As we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. So the way that you're going to get out of this situation is by positive affirmation and visualization, creating, seeing yourself as successful with this person, seeing yourself attracting the right person for you. And it may involve, you may need to go to someone for help. Like, you're not alone with the Hermit. Don't feel that you have to solve this problem by yourself. There are people around you that can help you, but you have to reach out to them. And with this Nine of Pentacles and the message here, I feel like someone is feeling alone, feeling lonely, and wanting to share their life with someone. That could be you, or that could be the other person. But I feel like the person you're dealing with has been through a lot of heartache, and so they're a hard person to reach. So you're going to have to handle them carefully, and let them know that you care, and that you're not, that you're honest and you're honorable and you want to do the right thing. You're not going to hurt them, because I feel like they're very tender. And if this is your energy and you've been hurt in the past, you may be keeping people away from you because you're giving off the vibe of, I don't need anyone, I'm independent, I don't want love, I don't need love. So you may have to drop your guard to allow love to come in. In any case, you may have an opportunity to connect with someone in about 3 weeks, so at the end of October-ish, and then you could have this new beginning. So you may plant a seed now, but I don't think anything's going to really take off until next year, until the spring of next year. That's when you're going to have an opportunity for a new beginning, and at that point you might be really enthusiastic about what's going on. So you may have to be patient while this is all playing out. Let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, Pisces, you have a full moon in Aries in your second house. And this moon is conjunct Chiron. So you have some wounds to heal around money and self-worth issues. The sun is in your 8th house with Venus. So there is a strong attraction. And it's trining Saturn in the 12th house. The 8th house has to do with passion, the shadow, intimacy, transformation, other people's money, inheritance, the money that you get from others. I feel like money is coming into you. Financial support is coming to you. And it could be through a partner's income. But it could also mean that there's a powerful love that develops that causes you to drop your guard and embrace intimacy again. But you may have some psychological issues to deal with before you can achieve that goal of intimacy. Because Venus is trining Saturn, and Saturn's in the 12th house. With Saturn in your 12th house, it's time to release your fears and to let go of baggage. You're clearing up old karma. So you have to stop letting the past control you. You might be being programmed with unconscious programming from the past. Maybe a past authority figure, a parent, or someone that you were involved in the past that made you feel inadequate or not enough. So you have to work on your self-esteem with this full moon. The full moon is showing you the areas you need to work on. Then it's up to you to have the courage to face that and heal it. But this can be a time of healing, where you feel stronger within yourself, and you feel more worthy of love, and you release baggage that's been holding you back from relationship, from abundance. Mercury is in your 7th house, so it's time to communicate about partnership, to talk to someone. If you're having problems in a relationship, it's a good time to talk and have a serious conversation. You may get a message from a friend, because you have Mercury trining Pluto. A message may come in, and you may have a serious conversation about the status of your relationship. What's going on? What do we mean to each other? What are your feelings? What are my feelings? What are our intentions? Now would be a good time to communicate about those things and get some clarity, especially around the full moon. Mars is in your 4th house, so you may be busy at home, either fixing up your house, or if you're not fixing up the house and you're living with someone, you might be fighting with the people you're living with. but Mars is going to go retrograde at the end of the month. So whatever you're trying to achieve, when Mars goes retrograde, you may feel like, I don't have the energy to continue with this. So it's not a good time to launch anything. It's better to just plan and look at, do your research. If you're thinking about making some changes to the home, don't start anything until next year when Mars goes direct. But you can do a lot of planning and researching and getting like estimates, or especially if you want to do some kind of renovations in your house. It'd be a good time to just get all your, figure out what you want to do, get all your estimates, and then launch it in the springtime. At some point, on October 11th, Mercury moves into Libra. And that will be in your 8th house. So that's it's a really good time to look at the psychological aspects of your life. Like, look at your shadow. Talk about the things that have been bothering you. Talk about the things, because it's a time to release anything that's been holding you back, preventing you from changing or transforming. Mercury also in the 8th can bring a contract to be signed that has to do with inheritance, that has to do with taxes or debt. You might be getting a business loan or some kind of home equity loan, and you might be signing contracts around other people's money, like getting a loan from a bank or from some institution to maybe make some of the changes you're wanting to make around the home. We have a solar eclipse on the 25th, and Saturn goes direct just before that. Saturn will go direct in Aquarius, and that's going to be in your 12th house. So anything that's been kind of hanging up, if you feel like nothing's moving, Saturn in the 12th you may have to revisit something. The 12th house is the house that's hidden, and it could be hidden enemies. It could also be the way we self-sabotage. I feel like it's a good time for you to really do some psychological work. Sometimes Saturn in the 12th can be that you're involved with, you might be looking after a relative that's in a hospital or it's confined in some way. Because hospitals, prisons are ruled by the 12th house. So you might be dealing with those institutions. You might be taking care of someone who is either having some health issues, maybe a parent or an older relative. But the solar eclipse is happening in your 9th house. And the 9th house is the house of travel, higher education, long-distance travel, teaching, learning, spirituality. And Venus is conjunct this new moon. So it's a powerful new beginning. You might decide to travel at this time. And if you're traveling, you might connect with someone while you're traveling. Or you might be connecting with someone in a romantic way with Venus there. You might meet someone through either travel or through, if you decide to take some classes, you might meet someone in a classroom. Or if you're meeting someone you could be having a romance with someone from a distance, someone who's very different from you culturally. And Venus is squaring Pluto, so there could be some tension with a friendship. There might be some power struggles. Maybe you have different belief systems, or your cultural differences can create some tension. Pluto in the 11th can bring a powerful friendship, and it may be with someone that has a powerful effect on you, that affects how your belief system, your religious and spiritual practice. You might even get out of your comfort zone. They may broaden your horizons in some way. Venus is trining Mars in the 4th house, so that's good. I feel like there could be some positive energy where you're talking about, like you may have a deep conversation with someone, with a friend, or a person that you could potentially connect with about your belief systems, about your spirituality, about how you both feel about intimacy. You might be going into deep areas where you can have some real healing. Jupiter at this point is in Aries, is in your 2nd house. It's bringing abundance. So it's a good time for solving any kind of financial issues. Jupiter usually brings wealth and abundance when it visits. It brings luck, so opportunity to make more money, to solve some financial issues. So if you've got some debts that you need to pay off or some taxes, there could be assistance coming. You might hear news that your loan got approved, or you're getting some kind of financial assistance from a partner's income or from some institution. Now, at the same time, we have Mars. Let's see. You've got Mars in the 4th house, Saturn in the 12th, and Mercury in the 8th. So I feel like you're dealing with some psychological issues this month, but the good thing with it's a trine energy. So communication will be important. Talking about your problems, talking about the darkness, the areas that you don't normally look at. Seeing where am I blocking my relationships? Where am I letting my fears prevent me from connecting with someone? What do I need to release? So there's a lot going on, especially around any kind of legal situation or inheritance or taxes or money issues are going to be on your mind, but also dealing with the shadow aspects of your life and the psychological blocks that you need to release so that you can have more abundance coming into your life and more greater intimacy. But in any case, the main energy that I'm seeing this month is around your money houses. You may solve a problem that has to do with finances, and you may decide so like the full moon in Aries may bring a resolution to some money issue, and then the new moon in the 9th house, you may decide to travel. You may feel like, you know what, I want to get out of town. I want to travel. I want to explore expand my surroundings. I'm tired of, you may feel like you're in this small little niche and you want to just get out and explore. And that might involve, taking a course, bringing some new energy into your life, connecting with people that are very different than you. But I feel like, I don't know that that's going to happen right at this eclipse. I think it may happen over the next 6 months, and maybe more like in the springtime of next year. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we still have too much retrograde energy, especially with Mars retrograding, from now until the end of the year and into next year. I feel like it's more of a time of planning what your next move is going to be rather than taking action. I think you're going to be taking action and start to see positive energy flow in the springtime. So that's my forecast, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this reading, but don't give up your hope. That's one thing I want to say. There are new beginnings coming, but it's going to take some time to get there. So don't lose patience and don't give up. But don't be afraid to communicate your needs and communicate your feelings and get some clarity around your relationship. And hopefully that will lead to a new beginning this spring. So that's my forecast. If you like this reading, click on the like button, leave a comment, click on the subscribe button. If you're new, welcome. I hope you've been enjoying the readings. This is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. I wish you the best of luck this October. Have a happy Halloween if you're celebrating. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.